how to connect to database via Power BI. First of all, what is database? It is Microsoft, so database is Microsoft's, it's one of the data source. The database is a product of Microsoft. Okay, initially, right, in the past, they used to call this one as a common data service, CDS, common, look here. So, previously, the database was called as a common data service. Now it is called as a database. Okay, what is this database is all about? It's a Microsoft product, fine. What are the advantages of this one? So in simple term, database is nothing but cloud-based storage option. Okay, you can keep your organizations or orgs data in a centralized place on cloud, okay? So that the other business applications like Power Apps, Power Automate can go and get connected to this database, okay? Okay, so that is the advantage of this one database. What I will do is I will just show you how to create credentials in database, where you can find the database on cloud, okay? Here you need to go make.powerapps.com. Login, make powerapps.com login. You need to sign up here. Okay, the 30 days trial period is available. You just click on the sign in here. In my case, I have already signed up with this website. You can specify your email ID and the password. You go and create an account here. That's all. Okay. And on the right side, once you log in here, on the right side, you will find the database here. Okay. Next to that, you can find this icon, drop down. When you click on this, you will see all the objects that belongs to database. You can find it here. Okay. I'm going to click on the tables here. And on the right side, you can see all the tables that are available under database, right? You can see it here. My net connection is not stable. Okay, these are the tables. These were the tables already created by someone. Okay. So now what we are going to do is we are going to connect to this database from our Power BI desktop, and then we are going to import any one of the tables into our Power BI desktop. Okay. And here what you can do is you have an import option here. You can import data from Excel. When you click on it, it will ask you your file name. You can load your Excel file into your Power Apps. Okay. And apart from this, if you want to create any new table, you can create it here. Okay. New table from external data, or you can create a brand new table here. You can do it. Okay. For the time being, what I do is I'm going to select the pre-existing table account here. And if you scroll down here, the data belongs to the account table. You can see it here. Look here. We have a column called account name, main phone, city, primary contact, 4 columns. Data, we can see it here. Okay. So this table, I'm going to import it into my Power BI desktop. First of all, how do I connect to Power Apps from my Power BI desktop? So for that, can you see your settings here? On the right corner, you can see the settings here. You just click on it here and you will find session details here. Okay, click on the session details. Here you will find something like this, right? Dynamics.com, the instance URL. Okay, right click on it, copy this. Okay, this is your server name. Close it. Cloud URL. Okay, server name. But you don't need the HTTP, all the things. Okay, you need to note down this point. The session details. In the instance, you don't select the HTTPS, you just select the server name. Okay, that's all. Okay, and close it, and then go to your Power BI desktop. Here you can click on the get data. Here you'll find DataVerse, or it is available here itself. You don't have to go here. It is available here also. When you click on this, it will ask you the server name for the URL for the DataVerse, not the URL, the server name for DataVerse. Okay, the cloud URL, cloud server name. The server name and then username and password. Since I have mentioned already, it is not, once you mention the server name and username password, next time when you try to connect, it will not ask you again. Since I'm already mentioned it, it is not asking me the server name, username and password. By default, it connects to that. Okay. So now if I expand this one, it got connected to database, all the tables, whatever we have seen it. Look here, whatever the tables that we have seen it, we can see it here also. I'm going to select the account. I don't want to, for the demonstration purpose, this is fine account. I just selected this one. It is preparing for the preview window. These are the data that are available. It gives me the data preview window. Next, I hit the load button. That's all. Look here, like SQL Server, even in the case of DataVerse, you have two types of connectivity mode, import and direct query mode. The default one is import. We'll try with the import connectivity mode. When I hit the OK button, it will load the entire data of account table into your Power BI desktop. That is what import. In the case of direct, it will not load the data. Instead, whenever you query the data, it will go and fetch the data from your cloud. That is what direct query. The idea of the direct query already discussed. The idea of the direct query is let the data be wherever it is. Don't load the data locally. If the data volume is too high, loading will take longer time. Instead, you keep the data wherever it is. Instead, you send the query to the data where it is located and get the output of your query back to your Power BI desktop. Okay, I am done. So it is imported. In the case of import, I use the import connectivity mode for the account table from the database. Look here, all the columns that belongs to the account table, you can see it here at the extreme right thing, right? And if you want to see the data, you just switch to the data view and you select account here. You can see that only 10 records are there. You can see here in the data view, you can see at the left bottom corner, the number of records that belongs to this table, right? You can see it here. And here, you can see a lot of columns are there in account table, but the number of rows are very less. Okay, fine. I just go here. Now what I do is, I want to use this data. I'm going to select pie chart. Here, what I do is I just drop this account name. Number of employees. Just drop this number of employees here. Okay, account name and number of employees. First, I drop the account name here and then number of employees. Fine. And each account, how many number of employees are? You just think account name is something like department name. Okay, each department, how many number of employees are there? You can see that. So it is pretty faster when you use import connectivity mode, because the data got loaded locally. Since the data are available locally, importantly, in the case of import connectivity mode, it will load the data locally and also it will load the data in memory. Anything in memory, the performance will be pretty fast. If I ask your dad's number, contact number, it is there in your brain. You can tell instantly. If I ask your, the maid's contact number, right? Your neighbor's maid contact number, you will have to go and check it from your mobile phone. That is something like reading the data from your disk. It will take time. Anything in memory, it is fast. Okay. But when I use the direct connectivity mode, look here. I'm going to select the same table, but this time I'm going to select the direct connectivity mode. I'm going to hit the load button. This time I'm going to select the, in this case, it will not load the data locally into your Power BI desktop. Instead, the data will reside wherever it is, but it will import the metadata. What do you mean by metadata? The table name and the column names only. The data will not get loaded here. Look here, account 2. Since you already loaded the account table, the same name we are trying to load it, it creates with account 2 or something, account 3. Already, this one I demonstrated other batch. Account 2, this import. Account 3 is direct query mode. Fine. Okay. So now I just create another visual, the same thing. But here in this case, account 3, I'm going to select the number of employees. And then the account name from this one. When you drop this column, what will happen, right? It goes and queries the data from your cloud. From there, it gets the data back here. It sends a request to your database, and then it gets the data back from your database. Okay, but here it is not like that. The data is available. For example, if I use a slicer here, look here, here's something like slicer. Slicer is something like filter. You can apply the filter on this data set. So what I am going to do is in the account 3 account name, I just drop it here. If I make any, I want to view only the specific department employees, number of employees. So look here, I change the selection now. Instead of displaying all the department, the number of employees, I just want, for example, in a contest. So for department, whenever you make selection, what will happen is it will send a query to your cloud, and then the relevant data will be returned from your database cloud back to your visual. Right, it is too much of back and forth will be there, right? So back and forth, right? It will, whatever the changes, whatever the selection that you make it accordingly. Look here, every time it goes there, it will be, there will be some kind of lag here, but whereas here it is not, it will be pretty faster because the data is available locally here, it will be faster. Hope you understood what is database is all about, and what is the difference between direct and and then import connectivity mode. Okay, next we will move on with other topic like the different types of storage modes, the import, direct, and live connection mode. So that we will take a deep dive. Probably what we'll do is in the next session, we'll take a deep dive because it requires more time. Okay. So what I will do is I will show you something else called live connection. There are three types of storage mode. The one is the import. Other one is direct. And then the last one is a live connection mode. Okay, so far we discussed about what is import connectivity and direct connectivity mode. And then we will see the live connection mode now. So, okay, in the case of Power BI desktop, when it comes to live connection mode, it works only with SSAS, tabular and multidimensional SSAS, tabular, SSAS, multidimensional, and what else? You have something else called Power BI service, the cloud service. Okay. Since I don't have these things, right? Tabular is available, but multidimensional is not available. At this moment, I will show you how to establish a live connection with my Power BI cloud service. Okay, there is something called Power BI data source. Okay, so using which I'm going to give a demo now. For that, I need to close this file. I need to open a fresh report file because you cannot mix different different source systems or different file types with the Power BI data source. Okay, you can work once you once you connect to the Power BI data sets. Okay, you can work only with that data set. It is very exclusive to that. You cannot mix other type of file. Okay. I just close this one and I'm going to launch a new report Power BI desktop. So it launched the Power BI desktop. Here you can see the welcome screen. I just click on this. Now I just show you how to connect to Power BI cloud service. We have something called app.powerbi.com. This is what your Power BI cloud service. So once you develop a report here, you can publish it to the cloud. Okay, here. So once you publish it here, it will be accessible to everyone across your company. This is very secure one. One way it is good, but other way it's painful. You need to verify, authenticate it from your mobile phone. I've already installed Microsoft Authenticator. When time permits, you can also install the Microsoft Authenticator app in your mobile phone using the Play Store. I approved it from my mobile phone. Even though you give username and password, it requires additional one more step of verification. That is your authenticator verification. Just now I approved it. It will take some time to. I don't know why I just approved it. Still, it takes time. You need to approve it within a stipulated time. Even after getting the message here, it is getting that an alert thing is takes time here. One second, it is. I'm just checking that app here. I'm not getting the notification. I cannot use authenticator. Okay, let me reconnect it here. Sometimes it will connect automatically. Sometimes it asks all these things. It's a painful process. Yeah, now I got the approval notification. Approve. Yeah, it got approved now. It got authenticated. Now I can connect to the Power BI cloud service, but don't sign up at this moment. Probably after 4 weeks, you can do it. Okay. It's they give 60 days free access to this one. This is my Power BI cloud service. Look here, this is a workspace. Okay. And in this workspace, you can see a lot of workspaces. Workspace is nothing but your folder. In Windows, we create the folder, right? So logically, we create different folders. For example, for dev environment, we create a separate folder. Testing, you create a separate folder. UAT, you create a separate folder. Likewise, I create different folders here for demonstration purpose. For example, I just select this folder, dev2 sandbox, the folder. This is where I publish my report already. Okay, instead what I will do is I will just take the dev3 sandbox. Yes. So currently we are into the Power BI Cloud service. In the Power BI Cloud, in this particular folder, we have different report files and the data sets are available. Okay, before that, how these report files and the data files got published here. For example, you create a report here. Okay, you create a report and then you have a publish button here. When you click on this, it will ask you your Power BI Cloud Service URL and then the username and password. Once you connect to that cloud service, it will ask you in which workspace can I publish this specific report. So already I created a report called the HR Analytics Dashboard. So next to that, you can see this bar chart, right? Column chart. This is a report file. And then the same report file name, you can see it here. This icon tells you the data set. This is the data set for this report file got published here in the past. Okay. How I published it? I just clicked on it. I specified my cloud service URL, username and password. And then I specified which folder, dev3 sandbox, you publish this report. I just clicked on this one, it got published there. But the beauty here is you need to hit this publish button to publish your report. In this case, for example, take for example HR Analytics. Okay, this report I published it here, or else I published it here. But along with this, the data also get published automatically. How it is possible? I did not publish the data. Okay, I will do one thing. I will just if I talk everything, you will not be able to understand. What I will do is I will open the HR, the report which I already created. Sometimes you will get some kind of, this kind of message. You can cancel it, still it will load it. Don't worry. Another thing is like version issues. You would have created a report in the older version. When you try to open a newer version, it will give you some kind of error message, but still you can ignore it, but it will get loaded. This is for your HR Analytics report. And here, if you see here, right, publish. When you hit this button, what is happening is I want to publish this report to cloud. Why? In my organization, we have 200 users are going to use this report because in the case of Walmart, they have 2,500 locations are available. Each location, HR manager, they wanted to perform HR analytics. Okay. So in that case, if I share it by email, it is not good. Instead, if I publish it on cloud, the users can go and pick up this report via their mobile phone, or they can connect to the cloud using their credentials and then they can see it. So for example, here what I do is I just select the big box folder. Look here, publishing HR Analytics Dashboard to Power BI Cloud Service in that folder. It will take some time. Success. That's all. Did I publish the data along with this? Nothing, right? See, in this report, I've used I have used a lot of tables here. So these are the tables. Again, on the right side, you can see that these are the tables. So 2, 4, 6. All these data got loaded into my Power BI report file itself. I just clicked on the publish. The report file got published automatically. Look here, I just go to that folder. Which workspace did I publish? Big box, right? Yeah. Look here, HR Analytics dashboard for 14.1. Where is the data file for this? Okay, all. You need to select all. HR Analytics dashboard. This is the 14.1. 5th February, 1 p.m. now. Okay. And along with this report, the data also got published. How it got published along with this automatically? Did I publish this separately? No, right? That is done by something called gateway, Power BI gateway. If you wanted to publish the report to the cloud, make sure that in your local system, the gateway, right? So gateway Power BI, look here, on-premises gateway. It should run here. You need to download this from my Microsoft website, and then you need to install it in your local system, which is nothing but your on-premises. In my case, my laptop is the local server. This one should run here, okay? The installation is pretty simple. You need to click on the exe file. Next, it will get installed, okay? But you need to give the name to it, okay, while installing it. What is the name for your gateway? I have specified the deep neuron as the gateway. That's all. Where even when you restart your laptop, it will get started automatically. You don't have to start the gateway explicitly. Okay, you don't have to start that one. Okay, that's all. So, but the point, what you need to note down here is publish. If you want to publish the report, which you develop in your local server or your laptop to the cloud, the data gateway should run here. There are two types of data gateway. One is personal, one is standard. You download and install the standard mode. Okay, don't use personal. That's all. Okay, and when you, since the standard mode of the data gateway already installed and it is running now, when I hit this button publish, this report will get published on cloud. Along with this data file also get published to the cloud by the data gateway. Okay, but you will find only one data file. In that data file, what all the data file tables that I use it, you can find it there. Okay. Okay, now what I do is I just close this one. Because Power BI data sets, it requires an empty file. Okay, Power BI desktop. You should not load any file. Even if you delete those files, right, it will not accept from your report file. Let's say you loaded, say the Excel file, and then you remove it. After removing that, when you load this data set from your cloud to this one, Power BI desktop, still it will throw an error. Hence, better you make a fresh, launch a fresh Power BI desktop. Okay. And here, get data. You have an option called get data. Power BI data set, the second option. Click on this. Look here. Here I can see all the things. Okay. HR analytics dashboard. But here it will show only the data file here. Okay. The idea here is, once you select this data file from your cloud, this is from cloud. So what, it shows this cloud thing here. Okay, HR analytics, this one data file only, it will show here. Once you, this is called your Power BI data set. Okay. Once you select this one, what will happen is your Power BI desktop will establish a live connection with your Power BI cloud service, this file. Okay, the HR analytics dashboard file, data file. Look here, did I import any file? Nothing, right? On the right side, if you see here, all these tables were available in this single file, data set. Okay. All I did was I established a live connection with this data file that is available on my cloud via my Power BI desktop. That's all. All these files got, even in this case, the metadata get loaded here, not the entire data. On the left side, if you see here, the data view icon itself not available here. In the case of live connection, data view will not be available. Okay, what is so big deal about this? It is making the live connection. What is the advantage of this one? For example, in your project, you are the BA architect. You are the one responsible for designing the data model. This is your Power Pivot or model view. If you go here, what relationship exists between these tables, you can see it here. One to many, many to one, all the things you can see it here. Look here. It shows everything here. This is your Power Pivot, the data model view. You can see all the tables, right? You can see all the tables out here. But here, let's say you are the BA architect for your project, current project. And what you do is you do the data model design, everything. Okay, you establish the relationship between the tables. So here, one side of the table, this is the many side. Fact table is the dimension table. One to many, one to many. You create the relationship. Data model design, you did it. But to import these or to connect to these tables, you need to know the server name, username, password, everything. Okay, you know the username and password, the server name, you connected everything, you loaded the tables, everything, you did the data model design. And also you did the data transformation, everything. And then you publish that onto cloud. Let's assume that HR Analytics Board, you are the BA architect, you did the data model design, you did the data pre-processing, everything, you published on cloud. What you are doing is now, as a BA architect, you are telling your team members, hey guys, for our project, whatever the tables that are required, whatever the data cleaning that are required, everything we have done it. All you need to do is go and import the data set from the Power BI cloud service, establish a live connection to that. So in this case, I'm a developer. See, I just use the Power BI data set. All the when I selected this data set, all the tables that belongs to that data set got the metadata got loaded here, including the measures. But if I try to make any change to the data model, I cannot do that. Look here. If I want to right click on it, you cannot delete it. You cannot modify it. You cannot change the relationship. Nothing you can do. And also, if you switch to the report view, if you go to the transform data and click on the transform data, it will take you to the Power Query. But first of all, this option got disabled. That means someone else have already done the data model design. They have done the data cleaning, everything. You don't have to do anything. You are a report designer. Simply go ahead and create the report. For example, I just go and select the charts, whatever I wanted. And apart from this, I want to use some table visual, or I want to use something like the chart. And what are the, you can pull the data and put it here. Okay. And you create the design the report. You are responsible just to the report design. That's all. You don't have to the data model design. You don't have to be an expert in data engineering, which is nothing but the ETL part. Everything has been done already. And also, as a report designer, you don't have to be aware of the connection details. Everything is pre-wired, pre-packaged. The username, password, the server name, everything is, already they did it. They know. You don't have to be aware of that. Okay. It's kind of a reusable component. Okay. The data set, the Power BI data set. So here you have a centralized control. You're not allowing the report designer to make changes here. Mistakenly, they drop it, right? While viewing it. So it can cause some problem. Okay. On the security front, it is, you are restricting the report designers, right? To design only the report. That is what Power BI data sets. It is a proprietary format of your Power BI cloud service. In this case, it establishes live connection with your Power BI cloud service. Got it?